Hey everyone, I'm Drew.
And I'm Delco.
Welcome to the D&D Show. Well, we're back, and again, it's been a while, so we apologize for that. Just had a lot of things going on still, and just had a hard time getting back into the studio here to get another video put together. So we apologize for that. We've had Thanksgiving here a couple weeks ago, and hopefully everybody had a good time with their family. We got Christmas coming up, and so looking forward to more time together with family and friends, and just enjoying some fellowship there. Just want to kind of talk about something that we had a discussion. By the way, we've really appreciated some of the feedback that we've got from some of our listeners. They don't necessarily you don't necessarily comment on Facebook or YouTube, but when we've run into you either at the shop where we work or just out in public, just really appreciate what you guys are saying. So it just shows us that people are seeing it and hearing it. And I was having dinner with somebody a couple weeks ago actually, and we weren't friends on Facebook, but they actually were aware of the videos and things that we were doing because of a friend of theirs who watches them and shares them and whatever. So we really appreciate that, and it's just encouraging to us, and it just kind of helps us keep going with this. So hopefully, we keep it going. So tonight we just wanted to talk about, I guess, arrogance and sort of a haughty attitude. We've been talking about compassion and touching on different things that can limit our capability of showing compassion to one another. And I guess one of the examples was a conversation Delco was having with a customer there at the shop. And I let you kind of explain that one a little bit to get us started.
So I was talking to a customer. He was saying he actually works in a charity event, and he was just saying how people were saying that he was deemed as a God-like figure because of what he does. What he does is he works for a cancer. What was it? Cancer.
It's like a cancer awareness.
Cancer awareness research. And basically somebody was being judgmental towards him because he had dressed up as a character, and it's for the children, and they were being judgmental. And I was just talking to him about. I was saying how so quick we are to judge people, and sometimes we have no idea what we're talking about, and it seems like that's what people are doing right now in society. They're being just like so judgmental on stuff that they see, but they sometimes have no idea, like what it can do to people. Just like as we were talking about like how we don't necessarily get comments and stuff on Facebook and stuff like that, but we have had people come into the shop and tell us, that they really appreciate, like what we're talking about and what topics and stuff that we're bringing up. So I just, like I was just saying to him that it's just so amazing how people are so judgmental when sometimes they have no idea what they're talking about.
Yep, definitely. And I can attest in my own life. There was a season where I was going through one of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with personally, and within my family. And I had a guy came into my life at the right time when I needed that most. God brought him into my life, and we say society, but it's not only society, it's the church that can be sometimes the most judgmental. And I caught flack just from my own church leaders because of some of the things that this guy was doing to help me through some of those times. And they really didn't know this guy. And unfortunately, people are just that way. They want to base their opinions on facts that they know nothing about. And we don't really know what's going on in somebody's lives. It's not up to us. We need to keep our mouth shut, keep our opinions to ourselves. It's kind of how I look at it.
Or pray for them, like instead of being judgmental or something that you think that you see. If you have no idea, then just say a word of prayer for them, or if anything, so
yeah, or if maybe they need your help.
Yeah.
There's a verse that came to mind. We've talked about this a little bit a couple days ago, but it's Romans 12:3, and it's just a great reminder of how we should be. For by the grace given to me, I say to everyone among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think. And that pretty much sums up that haughty attitude, that prideful attitude, and the way we view others. But to think with sober judgment, each according to the measure of faith that God has assigned. That's the ESV. I'm going to read that real quick in the NLT. It says, because of the privilege and authority God has given me, I give each of you this warning. Don't think you are better than you really are. I like the way it says that. Don't think you are better than you really are. Because when it comes down to it, we're all sinners saved by grace. And we are no better than anybody else. We're no better than the next guy. And we say that almost repetitiously in every video. But it is what it is. It's the truth. And be honest in your evaluation of yourselves. I mean, that could be a sermon all in itself. Most people don't want to be honest with themselves. So that's going to affect the way they view others. Measuring yourselves by the faith God has given us. And sometimes you can tell when somebody's kind of weak in the faith. It shows in how they deal with other people and their relationships. So take some time, think about what you're saying, think about how you're acting towards others and the way you view people. Again, we don't really know what's going on in many of the lives of those around us. So the rest of this chapter just goes on to talk about the body of Christ. If you're into that kind of thing, a believer, whatever. If you're not, if you got questions, feel free to get a hold of us and we can give you more information on that. But we all have a part. We all play a part in the church, in life, in relationships, and with each other. So nobody's more important than the other. And I guess with that, just stay humble.
Stay humble and don't let your pride overtake you.
Yep. Pride goes before the fall. So, anything else you want to say?
Nope.
All right. Thanks again for watching. We appreciate it. And feel free to get a hold of us if you got any questions. And we'll see you in the next video. We'll try to make it not so long between videos the next time. So, thanks for watching. Have a good one.
Have a good one.